Uh,
Yo, Gail.
Thanks for having me up here.
Oh, good, bro. Are you Christian?
Yeah, I am.
What's your question?
So I just read through Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 before, I came up here, obviously, and I was just reading through real quick, and it says in Daniel 7, 27 that this fifth kingdom will be everlasting. So I guess my question
Yes.
is, if this kingdom is, as you claim, is Islam, which of the caliphates was everlasting then?
Yeah, so Daniel doesn't describe the fifth kingdom as a caliphate or as a empire. He describes it as a body of believers, a spiritual kingdom.
So why can't that just be a
Yeah,
church then?
just to add on real quick, right? Because we know it is a body, but it's not a caliphate. It's the body of believers. Jesus even says when he's talking to the Pharisees in the parable of the tenants in Matthew 27:43, he's telling the Pharisees and the Jews that they had the kingdom of God, right? They didn't have a caliphate. They didn't have a ruler. They were subjugated. They didn't have a literal physical empire, yet they still had the kingdom of God, which was everlasting.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
just
by the
begs
way,
that
also
just
to
begs the
add, the
question
word that
then.
is used for everlasting, the word that is used for everlasting in the Hebrew, which is olam, could also mean something that lasts for a very long time. Like if you read that word is used in like Psalms 104 verse 5, Jeremiah 7:7, Joel 2:27, and like in those chapters of the Bible, in those books of the Bible, the word olam is translated as something that lasts for a long time. So it could also be saying that the kingdom will last for a very long time. But everlasting, still, yeah, we still affirm it. We would
So
affirm
how
that too, no problem.
so there's just kind of then my next question would then be, assuming if it's just an everlasting kingdom and it just means a body of believers, it doesn't have to be a literal kingdom, then why does the conquest have to be literal then according to your worldview when it could just be an ideological conquest, which clearly what happened during the reign
It
of
is it
Theodosius the
is a
One?
literal it is a literal kingdom, but it's not a empire that will be around forever.
Yeah, and
So it
well,
is a literal kingdom, and that literal kingdom is describing a body of believers.
yeah, so my question then is if it's a everlasting spiritual kingdom, as you described earlier, the kingdom of God, and I think we can both agree if God declares his kingdom, his actual kingdom, be everlasting, being that he has the omniproperty of omniscience, he would actually know that his own kingdom that he owns would also therefore be everlasting since he was the one who created and established it. Why can't that just be the church
Okay.
then?
It can't be the church because the church came prior to the division of Rome, and the church didn't crush Rome, and the church didn't conquer all the territories of the previous kingdoms.
Yeah, but like I said before, we've already agreed that it doesn't have to be a literal kingdom of, a literal emperor, a literal king
Yeah, so
ruling
when
over
did the church
everyone.
come?
So why does it have to be a literal
You're not
conquest
Gail,
of swords and spears, and why can't it just be an ideological conquest?
Gail. I tell you why it can't be a ideological one, because the prophecy is very consistent when Daniel in Nebuchadnezzar's dream describes the previous four kingdoms, right, as four successive kingdoms, right. Persia defeated Babylon with the sword. Greece defeated Persia with the sword, and in fact, Daniel describes Greece in Daniel 8 as a goat with a prominent horn between its eyes, which the scholars say that this is talking about Alexander the Great, right? Who defeated Medo Persia with the sword, and Rome defeated Macedonia, Greece with the sword, and so shall the fifth kingdom of God defeat the fourth kingdom with the sword, right? And the only way really to destroy, and when you look at how the Roman Empire was destroyed, because Daniel tells you in Daniel 2:44 that the kingdom of God will crush the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was crushed with the sword. Historically, it was not crushed by being tickled, it was not crushed ideologically, it was quite literally crushed with the sword. After the fall of Constantinople, Rome did not exist anymore.
Yeah, and then I would respond that when Jesus says, I have not come to bring peace but a sword, he is talking about his religion. He is talking about his ideological sword that he used against the Roman Empire to
Listen,
conquer it.
listen. You can't use the New Testament to explain Daniel. That's circular reasoning. You have to like stick to the prophecy of
Well,
Daniel and
you're
then show
doing the
me
exact same
historically
thing
how
with the
he's talking
Quran.
about.
You're doing the exact same thing with
No,
the
I'm not.
Quran because if you're going to
Have
appeal
I
that, let me
quoted
let me make the
have
argument. Let
I
me make the
quoted the
argument.
Quran?
let me make the
Gail,
argument.
Gail, I'm not gonna make you make the argument. Have I quoted the Quran anyway in this
You're
conversation?
using Daniel to justify the Quran, but then at the same time, in
No, I'm
Daniel,
not.
well,
No,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are. Yes, you are, because you're using it to say
How am
that
I doing that?
Islam
How
is
am I
the
doing
eternal
that?
kingdom.
No, I'm using history to justify my position on Daniel. I'm not using the Quran. I'm telling you, historically,
And you're
the Muslims
using,
came after the division of Rome.
and you, let me.
Historically, the Muslims
I
crushed Rome.
understand your
Historically,
argument. I understand your
yeah,
argument,
so
but
I'm
you're
not
using
using
that to
Quran. I'm using
justify
history.
the Quran and Islam as a true religion. Are you not doing that? Yes or no? Are you not trying to
Yeah,
use
of course.
Daniel as historical evidence?
Islam is the kingdom of God. Islam is the kingdom of God.
Exactly.
I'm using
Exactly.
Daniel,
So
not
you
the
agree with me
Quran.
then. So now
we
let
don't
me
need
ask you the
No,
question:
I
if
don't. I'm
Daniel
not
has
using.
authoritative
Oh my God.
prophecies, do you accept Daniel 9 where it says the Messiah will be unalived?
Where does Daniel say that the Messiah will be unalived?
Daniel 9 20 through 27.
Daniel 9:24. Yeah, bro. It doesn't say that, dude.
It does. I can read
Yeah,
it for
it
you
doesn't
right
say
now,
that.
verbatim.
Wait, Gail. Before we go to Daniel 9, can you explain, did the Christians come prior to the division of Rome or after the division of Rome?
Sure. Did the Romans come prior to the establishment of the Macedonian Empire? Yes or no?
No, the Romans.
Yes, they did. Rome was
No,
founded in 753 BC.
Okay, but Daniel doesn't say Rome will come. That's not a criteria for the prophecy. The criteria for the prophecy
Wait.
is
So then,
when
therefore,
Daniel.
just because a
Oh my God.
kingdom is established, a kingdom can't be established before the conquest of the previous kingdom. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, did you just say the Roman
Yeah,
Empire was established in
but Daniel
753?
says that
No,
God.
the Roman kingdom, not the empire. The Roman kingdom was established in
What's the
753
difference between
BC.
empire and kingdom? What's the difference between the two?
Empire is a lot larger.
So what do you mean the kingdom? What are you talking about? Daniel uses them synonymously.
So my question to
Who the
you
hell is?
is,
What the hell are you talking about? There's
your
no Romans in
his
753.
argument, the host's argument. Let me make the argument. Okay.
Dude, no, because
This
you
is
just
Daniel.
you don't even know what you're
No.
talking about. Romans
I'm
didn't
trying to
exist in
explain what I'm talking about to you, but you guys keep
Okay, but
interrupting
you're
off.
lying against history now. What are you talking
I'm not
about?
lying against history. This is all backed up. Historically speaking, according to Roman traditions, from the earliest Roman traditions, they say, hey, we were established in 753 BC.
There was no
with
Roman
Romulus
kingdom
and
or
Remus.
Roman Empire, dude. What are you talking about?
With Romulus and
Okay,
Remus,
one second.
Rome was established 753 BC. So my question, let me make the argument. So my question to you is, if Rome is able to be established before they conquered Macedon, and then Daniel talks about the fourth kingdom swallowing up the third kingdom, why can't Jesus establish his kingdom? That kingdom exists with the Roman Empire, and then conquered the Roman Empire in 395 AD. Why can't that be the case?
Yeah, because the prophecy is not about Rome. The prophecy is about the kingdom of God, and Daniel says that the kingdom of God will be established after the division of Rome. Now, let me ask you this: when was Christianity established?
33 AD.
Okay, so when did Rome divide officially?
395.
Okay, is that before or after the division?
That is before. So my question then,
Okay.
let me repeat the argument, because you didn't get the argument.
1 second. If Christianity was established, okay, if Daniel is saying that the kingdom of God will be established after the division of Rome,
he doesn't say that though.
But you're telling me that Christianity, yes, he does.
Daniel 2:44 says, "And in the days." That means it's during the Roman Empire.
Okay.
In the days of those
when
kings.
Did the rock? When the rock appears in the dream, and then it comes down and strikes the leg, was that leg, when the rock first appears in Nebuchadnezzar's dream, was the legs, were the feet a mix of iron and clay, or were they just iron?
Just iron, and regardless of that, that doesn't necessarily matter,
no,
because
no,
it doesn't matter, because you're just dodging from the verse that says, "And in the days of those kings." Matter because you're just dodging from the verse that says, "And in the days of those kings."
Okay, get down. Don't waste my time, please. Get down, old man, bro. You're an old man. You know the old saying, they say you can't train an old dog, man. You really can't train an old dog.
Hey, host, do
the good point that he was making though.
Bro said wrecked with REKT, bro. You're out of touch, man. Get out of here. It's 2024. It's not cope.
Assalamu alaikum.
Mr. Green, are you Christian?
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Shalaikum,
Can you explain to us? Can you explain to us how it's about Jesus and Christianity? If Christianity came prior to the division of them.
So I like how somebody was saying something about how they wasn't going to mention their book at the time and talk about history. We do know. Are you aware that the Romans destroyed the Jewish temple in 70 A.D.?
Yes.
Okay, so the reason I'm bringing that up. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing that up though is because in Daniel 9:26 it says that the people of the prince will do this, and it says after the Messiah is cut off that they will burn down the temple.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about a crucifixion. It doesn't. Okay.
Yeah,
It says in 9:20.
Yeah, that's
Well,
after he
listen,
goes.
that-
It says
that'll be
when
cut
he's
off.
cut
Yeah,
off.
but-
After he goes, then the temple will be destroyed. Yes, this is.
Respectfully, brother.
This doesn't prove anything. Yeah, it's a true prophecy about the Messiah and the temple is destroyed.
Yeah, it's him being cut off and him. That's the crucifixion.
No, that's not.
9:26.
That's not a crucifixion.
Can you
Okay,
distance
but
yourself from your mic, please?
Where does it say anything about a? Where does it say anything about a crucifixion? It says after he's cut off.
Right. You can go to Bible Hub and look at that if you want to read that in King James or however you want to read that. But Gabriel is prophesying that after
It
70
just says
weeks.
after he's cut off.
But look at Daniel 24. Look at 9:24. It tells you.
I read 9:24. It doesn't say anything
Right.
about a crucifixion.
But when you talk about Jesus has to destroy and rule over all the kingdoms, 26 shows you that he has to unalive.
You're presupposing that Daniel 2:7 is already about Jesus.